Breaking news, coming out today with podcast. Blackburn Rovers look to make another signing, that's right, signed, sealed, delivered. He's just about ours. Who am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks, but once again with another video. Today we take a look at the latest name about to become a Blackburn Rovers player, and we'll get into it in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, world football, transfer rumours, all here under one roof. That's right, Rovers look to add depth to the fullback department. That's right, as we're about to sign a right back. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. But let's jump into the deep end. I'll tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about this, guys. It is, of course, Ryan Alebiosu. That's right, Ryan Alebiosu. This is, of course, on the Lancashire Telegraph. There might be a bit of a paywall, so we can't really read too much into it. But I can tell you all about it, really, which is the, what are we looking at here? The 10th of July, or it might roll into tomorrow, which will be Friday. So, yeah, I thought I've already dropped my Rovers video today, but this one could be another one. Or I might hold off about it. But who is he, and why are we signing him? Well, I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But before that, I'm going to hand you over to Eddie. We're talking about stuff we're working on behind the scenes. Tell them what we're working on, Eddie.
Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right, us at Blackburn Rovers hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages, and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Appreciate that. Thanks very much, Eddie. But let's take a look at the fella himself. Of course, it is Ryan Alebiosu. That's right. I've got to get myself out of that and then into this. That's right. Take a little look at who he is and why on earth we're signing him. Why do we need him? Well, I'll tell you why we need him, because there's other developing news going on around the scenes at Rovers. But here he is, of course, repping the St Mirren jersey. Now, of course, why is he repping the St Mirren jersey? Well, actually, he's on the books of a Belgian club, KV Kortrijk. And if you don't know that club, where have you been for the past month and a bit? Because we signed Dion De Nevre from KV Kortrijk. So this is an ex-colleague of him, played on the opposite side of the pitch to him out as a right back or right midfielder, right wing back, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, he's got okay stats, and of course, okay stats in regards to where I see his role being. Of course, he's got 53 creativity, 48 attacking, 54 technique, 49 defending, and 44 tackling. Now, I'm gonna cut to the chase here, guys, because there's probably gonna be another video in relation to this video, because it appears we are exchanging one right back for another right back. It's not Callum Britton, what I'm led to believe, but it is Joe Rankin Costello. Looks to be on his way out, and this is, of course, his replacement, or should I rephrase that, the second in command for that right back position. Of course, Callum Britton is your number one, and if it turns out to be he is the replacement for Callum Britton, then I'm sure we'll all lose the plot and we'll all run down to Ewood and with our axes and pickaxes and whatnot and give him what for. But ultimately, I see this guy as the second in command, a backup to Callum Britton, and it's definitely something that we need, because ultimately, Joe Rankin Costello for me is not the guy to be that right back. Backup. He is an anomaly. He's a weird kind of player, but we'll talk about him on another video, because I don't want to waste my words on him there, because I want to give him his own video, because it's bittersweet. But this is also bittersweet because he's a talented young fella, 23 years of age. He's in a bit of a limbo land himself, so a chance for him to reset the blocks, reset the clocks, and go again here. So let's take a look at his numbers from last year. Now, these numbers are, I believe, from St Mirren. I'm just trying to remember. He split the season last season, half of it in Belgium, half of it in Scotland. And he is English, which is a good little thing to talk about, because the focus seems to be on foreigners at the moment, and we're running out of ESC places, or space for foreigners in the squad. So picking up a guy from Europe who was English is of course a good tick in the box in regards to getting things done right. Now, he played 13 matches, of course, in this I believe it's the St Mirren team. Didn't get a goal for them, though 7 matches started. And we got pretty minimalistic data to work off of him. He got a couple of assists in those 7 starts, with a pass success rate of 80% across the pitch, 84% in his own half. He did get 1 yellow card in those small amount of games. But he didn't really win many duels in the air, so he's not a guy to take control of any games or games with the scruff of the neck. So I don't know if he has that bite between his teeth, but hey, he's a young guy, and we'll compare him to Mr. Costello in just a second. But this is his pedigree over the course of his time. He has played around about 90, nearly 100 professional games, a lot of those on this right-hand side. Right back is what he's been referred to, but right mid is where he's played. So he's kind of playing that right wing back. So you know what? Honestly, a lot of people saying it's not the format we're going. We're not doing wing backs. We're doing right backs, full backs. But right now, we are seeing stuff to indicate that might not be the case. I guess we've only got a couple of days or so before preseason starts, and we'll actually see maybe what Big Val's got up his sleeve. But it does look like. Don't get me wrong, he can play right back, he can play right midfield, but it does look like he can play that wing back role, and he might fit it down to a T. But he could also play down this left hand side. He's a feature there a couple of times, as has Callum Britton in his time. So it's a good versatile player in an area which I've thought we've been weak at for years. And I say that in we have got the youngsters coming through, the Christy Montgomerys, the Leo Durus, but I think maybe 18 months too shy of getting into that first team reckoning in my eyes. I thought Christy Montgomery did well in those last handful of games when he was called upon, but I think another season of loan at League One or League Two club for both him and Duru will do them the world of good. And this guy fills the block for that sort of vacancy, because we're going to have Callum Britton, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe tied down to a new deal as well. And then this guy will be his second in command. And he'll get games. He'll get minutes, and he might even give us food for thought moving forward, because Callum Britton isn't a spring chicken in regards to how many years he's got left at the top. This guy has definitely got more wiggle room in regards to where he'll be in about 4 years' time. So, he has played a lot of games around the place, different tournaments. Of course, look at this, up and down. He's played the Scottish Cup, League Cup. He's played in Juniper League as well in Belgium. He was in the Premier League 2 for Arsenal's under 23. That's where he earned his Spurs sort of thing. But he's also played for Crewe as well, KV Kotrich over in Belgium. But now he's making the switch to Ewood Park. It looks like a dumb deal. So, but anyway, I am comparing him to what I expect to be the outgoing Joe Rankin Costello. He is taller than Joe Rankin Costello. He's a couple of years younger. Of course, Joe Rankin Costello will turn 26 in about a couple of weeks' time here. And yeah, it is bittersweet for Joe Rankin Costello, because he's a local lad and he's been with us for a long, long time. But I think this move will do the better benefit for him. To just get out there and get down to London as well. That's some rumours where he's heading down to London. But Ryan Alebiosu making the trip from Belgium via Scotland, of course, to Ewood Park as what appears to be the backup right back. Now, his games, doesn't have many goals to his games, but he does have a good amount of assists. When you look at Joe Rankin Costello being that of an alleged winger in his trade, getting 14 assists for him compared to Ryan Alebiosu, who's picking up already 14 assists himself. At 2 years his junior, and nearly 70-80 games less. It's pretty good attributes in that regard. Goals, yes, unless you're Roberto Carlos or Cafu, are you expecting many goals from your fullbacks? I guess it would be a nice tick in the box to have, but Joe Rankin Costello, this does give you some false reading here. 11 goals scored in Premier League 2, 6 goals scored in the Championship, but he has played as a winger. It was a very a utility player in my eyes. That's where he got a lot of his goals. If we were to get a look at his goals as right back, and maybe we'll do that in another video, you'll see that there wasn't that many. So we're getting a younger player. We're getting a player that can create more assists. And again, we got to look at Ryan Alebiosu's assist. And, you know, it's a project. He's not coming in here to set the ground on fire. We're not getting a like for like in Callum Britton. That is 100%. Callum Britton came in and he was ready to go. This guy's coming in and hopefully can learn from Callum Britton and be the next best right back for us when we move forward. But ultimately, hey, it appears to be we're selling one player for X amount and we're buying this guy for X amount, and we're looking like we're going to wipe our face and make a little bit of money out of it. So, you know, Rudy and his boys are being a little bit creative with the transfer market, and honestly, I think a refresh of the blocks in regards to right back is what we need. We've got left hand side coverage down to a T with Pickering, Ribeiro, and I'm missing somebody there. Am I missing somebody? Denevra can go in there as well. And now right back, Callum Britton was it. Joe Rankinster was the next in command. And he wasn't realistically a true out and out fullback, so it was always a conundrum and always a frustrating point for me. So I'm glad this guy's coming in, and hopefully he'll settle in nicely. But that's it, guys. So in fact, before that's it. I'm gonna hand you back over to Eddie to talk about things behind the bloody scenes.
Hey, with Eddie back once again, but this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories, but of course I need more of them. That's right, 150 is a big number and we need some more, and that's where you come in. That's right, whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description, and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own, and then of course together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers' 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up.
I appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like, and please send me your Blackburn Rovers memories. I don't think anyone from the videos has sent any of your Blackburn Rovers memories. Could you be the first? I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please send your Blackburn Rovers memory. Is it just a selfie video? Press record. I loved it when we signed Ryan Alebiosu because he was a phenomenal youngster from Arsenal days, and then he played in Belgium and Scotland and and yeah, that was my best memory. Dunk, send it to me, and that's it. And then your status goes from occasional watcher to contributor to Blackburn Rovers Seas. Simple as that. Please subscribe, smash like. I'll see you soon when we return, but until then, we're done.